What's up everybody, it's Laura Travels, and let's be real, when you think about America you think huge cities, bright lights and tons of people, right? But did you know that half of America is practically a ghost town? We're talking about states so empty you could scream your head off and the only thing hearing you would be a tumbleweed. Today, we're going to take a trip through these forgotten states, exploring 9 places where people just aren't that keen on living. We're talking wide open spaces, towns that time forgot, and maybe even a ghost or two. Who knows, those places are pretty deserted. Get ready to explore the reasons behind the emptiness, from harsh climates to economic struggles. We're gonna dive deep into the why, the how, and the what the heck is going on in these states. So buckle up, grab your snacks, and get ready for a wild ride through the emptiest corners of America, only on Laura Travels. Let's go. Alright, first up we're headed to the Wild West, to Wyoming. Now, Wyoming is known for its stunning natural beauty. We're talking majestic mountains, sprawling plains, Yellowstone National Park, the whole shebang. It's like stepping right into a postcard. But here's the catch, Wyoming has the lowest population density in the entire lower 48 states. We're talking 6 people per square mile. That's like having an entire football field all to yourself with room to spare. So why the ghost town vibes? Well, for starters, Wyoming's economy is heavily reliant on industries like agriculture and energy extraction, which aren't exactly known for attracting huge populations. Plus, let's be real, the winters in Wyoming are not for the faint of heart. We're talking blizzards, sub-zero temperatures, the kind of weather that makes you want to hibernate for 6 months straight. But hey, for those who love wide open spaces, a slower pace of life, and maybe a chance encounter with a bison or two, Wyoming might just be the perfect place. Just be prepared to drive a long way to get your groceries. Next up, we're heading east to Vermont, the land of maple syrup, fall foliage, and, you guessed it, more emptiness. Vermont is the second least populated state in the US, and it's not hard to see why. Imagine trying to find a job in a state where the biggest industry is literally maple syrup production. Don't get me wrong, I love maple syrup as much as the next person, but it's not exactly a booming industry with tons of job openings. Vermont's economy has struggled to keep up with the times. Manufacturing jobs have dried up, and while tourism provides a boost, it's mostly seasonal. Plus, Vermont has a pretty high cost of living, especially when it comes to housing. Young people especially are leaving the state in droves, seeking better opportunities elsewhere. But Vermont does have its charms. It's a beautiful state with a strong sense of community and a laid-back vibe. If you're someone who values peace and quiet, loves the outdoors, and doesn't mind a slower pace of life, Vermont might just be the place for you. Get ready to freeze your butts off because we're heading north to Alaska, the largest state in the US, and also, you guessed it, one of the emptiest. Alaska is about as remote as it gets. We're talking vast wilderness, towering mountains, glaciers, and more bears than you can shake a stick at. It's breathtakingly beautiful, but let's be real. Living in Alaska is not for the faint of heart. First off, the weather. Alaska is known for its long, dark winters, where temperatures can plummet to bone-chilling lows. I'm talking colder than your ex's heart after you forgot their birthday cold. And then there's the isolation. Many parts of Alaska are only accessible by plane or boat, which can make things like grocery shopping or getting medical care a major hassle. But for those who crave adventure, Alaska is a dream come true. It's a place where you can truly disconnect from the hustle and bustle of everyday life and immerse yourself in nature. Plus, there are some pretty unique job opportunities like working on a fishing boat or being a wilderness guide. Just make sure you pack a really warm coat. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're headed to the heartland of America, to North Dakota, a state so vast and empty you could drive for hours without seeing another soul. North Dakota is known for its wide open plains, its agriculture industry, think wheat fields as far as the eye can see, and yes, its sparse population. One of the biggest reasons for North Dakota's emptiness is its history. Back in the day, homesteaders flocked to the state, lured by the promise of cheap land. But the harsh realities of farming on the unforgiving prairie, coupled with the Dust Bowl of the 1930s, led to a mass exodus. These days, North Dakota's economy is doing a bit better, thanks in part to the oil boom in the western part of the state, but the state still struggles to attract and retain residents. The winters are brutal, the job market is limited outside of agriculture and energy, and let's be real, there's not a whole lot to do in terms of entertainment. Get ready for some presidential history, folks, because we're headed to South Dakota, home to Mount Rushmore, the Black Hills, and, you guessed it, a whole lot of nothing. South Dakota is another state that's vast, sparsely populated, and heavily reliant on agriculture. One of the biggest challenges facing South Dakota is its job market. The state has a relatively low median income, and unemployment rates, while currently low, have fluctuated in the past. Many young people leave South Dakota after graduation to seek better job opportunities elsewhere. However, South Dakota does have its perks. The cost of living is relatively low, especially when it comes to housing. The state is also home to some pretty incredible natural beauty, from the Badlands National Park to the rolling prairies. And hey, not many people can say they live down the street from Mount Rushmore. Next up, we're heading to Big Sky Country, also known as Montana, a state known for its stunning mountains, vast wilderness, and you guessed it, its sparse population. Montana is a nature lover's paradise, but it's also a state that's been grappling with population decline for decades. One of the biggest challenges facing Montana is its remote location. The state is landlocked and far from major cities, which can make transportation and access to amenities a challenge. The winters in Montana are also notoriously harsh, with heavy snowfall and sub-zero temperatures. However, Montana does have its appeal. The state has a low cost of living, especially when it comes to housing. It's also a haven for outdoor enthusiasts with world-class skiing, fishing, hunting, and hiking. And let's be real, who wouldn't want to wake up to those breathtaking mountain views every day? Get ready for some revolutionary history, folks, because we're headed to New Hampshire, the Granite State, known for its charming small towns, its rugged coastline, and, you guessed it, its lack of people. New Hampshire is another state that's been struggling with population loss, particularly among young people. One of the biggest challenges facing New Hampshire is its economy. The state has a high cost of living, especially when it comes to housing, and wages haven't kept pace. Many young people leave New Hampshire after graduation to seek better job opportunities elsewhere. However, New Hampshire does have its charms. The state is known for its excellent schools, its low crime rate, and its beautiful natural scenery. It's also a great place to live if you love the outdoors, with plenty of opportunities for hiking, skiing, and boating. Ahoy there, mateys! We're setting sail for Maine, the Pine Tree State, known for its rocky coastline, its delicious seafood, and, you guessed it, its sparse population. Maine is a beautiful state with a rich history and culture, but it's also a state that's been facing demographic challenges for years. One of the biggest challenges facing Maine is its aging population. Maine has one of the oldest populations in the country, which means there are fewer young people to fill jobs and support the economy. The state has also struggled to attract new residents, due in part to its remote location, its harsh winters, and its limited job market. However, Maine does have its appeal. The state has a low cost of living, especially when it comes to housing, and it's a great place to live if you love the outdoors. Maine is also home to some of the best seafood in the world, so if you're a lobster lover, this might be the state for you. Get ready to explore some Appalachian beauty, folks, because we're headed to West Virginia, the mountain state, known for its rolling hills, its coal mining history, and, you guessed it, its dwindling population. West Virginia is a state that's rich in natural resources and beauty, but it's also a state that's been facing economic and social challenges for decades. One of the biggest challenges facing West Virginia is its economy. The state has been heavily reliant on the coal industry for generations, and the decline of coal has had a devastating impact on the state's economy and its people. However, West Virginia is a state that's full of potential. The state is investing in tourism, renewable energy, and other industries to diversify its economy. West Virginia is also home to some of the most beautiful scenery in the country, from the Appalachian Mountains to the New River Gorge. Well, there you have it, folks. 9 states where you're more likely to run into a tumbleweed than another human being. From the frozen tundra of Alaska to the rolling hills of West Virginia, we've explored some of the most desolate corners of America and uncovered the reasons behind their emptiness. We've seen how economic struggles, harsh climates, and changing demographics have all played a role in shaping these states' destinies. But we've also seen the beauty, the resilience, and the unique charm that each of these states has to offer. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Let us know in the comments which state surprised you the most.